Hi, good evening. The werewolf is out, as you can see right at the tip of my finger. That's a full moon this evening, so if you see any werewolves walking around here on the terraza, it's basically this time of the year, so that's nothing unusual. This is scroll number 3. I will persist until I succeed, so anything could happen. So this is the first day of the third scroll of the greatest salesman in the world, and it begins with, in the Orient, young bulls are tested for the fight arena in a certain manner. Each is brought to the ring and allowed to attack a picador who pricks him with a lance. The bravery of each bull is then rated with care according to the number of times he demonstrates his willingness to charge in spite of the sting of the blade. Henceforth will I recognize that each day I am tested by life in like manner. If I persist, if I continue to try, if I continue to charge forward, I will succeed. I will persist until I succeed. I was not delivered into this world in defeat, nor does failure course through my veins. I am not a sheep waiting to be prodded by my shepherd. I am a lion, and I refuse to talk, to walk, to sleep with the sheep. I will hear not those who weep and complain, for their disease is contagious. Let them join the sheep. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. I will persist until I succeed. The prizes of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning, and it is not given to me to know how many steps are necessary in order to reach my goal. Failure I may still encounter at the 1,000th step, yet success hides behind the next bend in the road. Never will I know how close it lies until I turn the corner. Always will I take another step. If that is no avail, I will take another, and yet another. In truth, one step at a time is not too difficult. I will persist until I succeed. Henceforth I will consider each day's effort as but one blow of my blade against a mighty oak. The first blow may not cut a tremor in the wood, nor the second, nor the third. Each blow of itself may be trifling and seem of no consequence. Yet from childish swipes, the oak will eventually tumble. So will be with my efforts of today. I will be likened to the raindrop, which washes away the mountain, the ant who devours a tiger, the star which brightens the earth, the moon which brightens the earth. Check that out. Wow, that's very bright. The slave who builds a pyramid. I'll build my castle one brick at a time, for I know that small attempts repeated will complete any undertaking. I will persist until I succeed. I will never consider defeat, and I will remove from my vocabulary such words and phrases as quit, cannot, unable, impossible, out of the question, improbable, failure, unworkable, hopeless, and retreat, for they are the words of fools. I will avoid despair, but if this disease of the mind should infect me, then I will work on in despair. I will toil and I will endure. I will ignore the obstacles at my feet and keep mine eyes on the goals above my head. For I know that where dry desert ends, green grass grows. When I recite this passage here, this part, I can really picture it. I don't know if you can picture that or not, but I think it's really important that you can really see that desert where it ends and where the green grass is growing, that you have to persist. And you do that if you're in the desert anyway, if you don't have any water or anything like that. I mean, you're not going to sit down and just let yourself dry up. Of course you're going to persist and you succeed. I remember the ancient law of averages, and I will bend it to my good. I will persist with the knowledge that each failure to sell will increase my chance for success at the next attempt. Each nay I hear will bring me closer to the sound of yea. Each frown I meet only prepares me for the smile to come. Each misfortune I encounter will carry in a seed of tomorrow's good luck. I must have the night to appreciate the day. I must fail often to succeed only once. I will persist until I succeed. I will try and try and try again. Each obstacle I will consider as a mere detour to my goal and a challenge to my profession. I will persist and develop my skills as the mariner develops his, by learning to ride out the wrath of each storm. I will persist until I succeed. Henceforth I will learn and apply another secret of those who excel in my work. When each day is ended, not regarding whether it has been a success or a failure, I will attempt to achieve one more sale. When my thoughts beckon my tired body homeward, I will resist the temptation to depart. I will try again. I will make one more attempt to close with victory, and if that fails, I will make another. Never will I allow any day to end with a failure. That's how I'll plant a seed of tomorrow's success and gain an insurmountable advantage over those who cease their labor at a prescribed time. For example, today I wanted to start out in a good tradition. I was on the road at my first appointment this morning, plus minus 8 o'clock. I think it was a couple of minutes before 8 I was there. And I met up with a friend later on in the afternoon. We sat down for a couple of hours, and then I worked until 2100 hours this evening, and I went and buy some groceries. I'm juicing right now to get my juicing stuff, and it is now 22:30, and I am turning out this video. This would be unthinkable quite a few months ago. I would definitely not be doing that. No way. No, 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 no. So this does work wonders on your subconscious, so you're absolutely doing the things that you normally would not be doing automatically, and it's not hurting me either. It's not like, oh, I'm suffering or something. This is just, it feels easy. And obvious at times you get tired, but that's not an excuse not to give your best. That's why we're doing this for plus minus 30 times a month for each scroll for a total of 10 months to really reprogram the subconscious. Now I'm getting a bit tired. I think I'm starting to lull like I'm drunk or something. That happens when I need sleep. Sometimes one needs sleep. I will persist until I succeed, nor will I allow yesterday's success to lull me into today's complacency. Today was unbelievable. If I had a day like today every day, I would only have to work 7 days a week. It was a very good day. For this is the great foundation of failure. I forget the happenings of the day that is gone, whether they were good or bad, and greet the new sun with confidence, and this will be the best day of my life. Now that's something I'm going to have to work on, because I do have days that are amazing, and I find it's difficult to just hold that level. I don't think it's impossible, but it's I think I self-sabotage myself. I don't know if you can relate to that at all, but I think that's something in there. I'll look into it this month. We'll see. So long as there is breath in me, that long will I persist. For now I know one of the greatest principles of success. If I persist long enough, I will win. I will persist. I will win. This was the first read of the scroll number 3. I will persist until I succeed, and it's beautiful being on this channel. I am so incredibly grateful to have a YouTube channel after all these many years of wanting to do it and not doing it, finding all kinds of excuses, and everything has to be perfect with an intro, with an outro, with a special camera. I got to invest at least $10,000 in order to even start, and got to study all these videos and so forth, blah blah blah. You just got to do it, and practice makes perfect. So I'm just amazingly grateful to be able to do this, to have some kind of channel where I can make this happen. All right, thank you very much for staying in tuned. If you would like to comment on the bottom, then please give me a comment down there. Subscribing is a wonderful thing. It's very good, and one of these things would be fantastic. Thank you very much. All the best, and peace.